Story time? Not for the cameras?
What? What? Story time? Oh no,
You can edit this
my
one.
little 6-year-old punched me in the mouth. Right in the lip.
Jeepers. And how was it?
Disappointed because she pushed her brother over. And I went up and I kneeled down trying to do the modern thing, and now I was like, now Dot, do you think, wah? Right in the lip. Alright, so we got this tree here. It's my tree ID ain't great, but it looks like a English elm, Ulmus procera, I believe. Looks like it's covered in elm leaf beetle. However, my ID is not the best. It could be a Dutch elm, but I'm pretty sure English elm. I might even take a sample and double check that before I upload this video. But we've got this. It's right near the house, so you can see it's leaning over the house there. Not a central high point, but we've got two high points we can use, and we can probably spider leg most of this stuff down in a cradle rig, so it doesn't come down and hit the house. It stays flat, and then we'll slide away from the house. So we'll see how that goes. We'll clear up all this base. We'll move some of this stuff out of the way. I hope we can probably lift that off. 4 of us get on and we can probably move it out of the way and then drop stuff straight down. Porter upper in the bottom. Main high point for me at that back leader, and probably one side of the rigging rope on that back leader, and then another side out here when the other side of the spider leg. So yeah. Oh, there's going to be so much, and they're going to be whoppers too.
Over here?
Oh, that's right.
No, in that case, I'm dragging the trampoline here.
Quentin has an aversion to dog poo.
No, I'm not going to wood. Trampoline comes here, yeah?
Nah, it goes down the back.
What?
Because these ones can just be, this one can just be dropped. You'll be right. You stay on the concrete. You guys want to help me move it? Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to put a timber hitch on here. This very, very long deadeye sling. Needs to be minimum 5 wraps around the tree, and it must go half the diameter around the tree. I like to wrap up because I've seen these roll up, and if they roll up, this gets tighter, whereas if you wrap it down, it'll roll up and it'll undo a couple of wraps. Such a long deadeye sling, we don't need to worry, but just force of habit, I always wrap up now. And we used to put stopper knots on them, but I don't bother anymore. That can just sit there. All right, so we got that set up. This one will come up the tree with me for a spider leg. Oh geez, they are big aren't they? Jesus, those things are gnarly. Oh Jesus. So I'm just flaking this rope out and checking it, see if there's any problems. A little problem like that, I'm not too concerned about. That is not great, but for this rigging rope it's not bad. It's just the sheath, so it's not the core. I can't see the core, so I'm going to leave that. It's not great. It's probably a spur mark probably, but that I'm not too concerned about. I can run my finger along it like this, and if it is flat in any way or inconsistent, it's bad. I can do what's called a roll test. So if I find a fault like that, I can go to a good bit of rope, do a roll test and roll it that way, and then I can go to the bit that I suspect is dodgy, and I can do a roll test and see if there's any significant pointy bit in the roll, which would mean the core's compromised and you need to cut it. But this, I'm not too concerned about this. So we're just checking the entire rope by running it through our hands and just feeling it. As that last week's job showed, sometimes you can get a nick in the rope, and it's better to find it before you use it.
Hi guys, this is just a little tree we did that was a little bit non-eventful, non-exciting, but we got it done. Just thanks for all the comments in the last video, so it's really helpful, so I can steer the channel and add more things that anyone wants to see, so keep them coming and we'll keep adding more things.
Alright, so I've got to have 2 points of attachment to do any cutting. Even these little ones, even with the handsaw, should have 2 points of attachment. Alright, so got this major fault down the middle here. It's got included bark up here. You can see this split coming down here. You can see the tree reacting around this crack. It's trying to grow out and over. This is what I call elephant ears. I understand in the ARB industry for Cert 5 and diploma level, like these people call elephant ears something to do with leaves, I'm not sure, but in the ground level, level 3 worker, this is an elephant ear. Split down the middle, tree trying to react over it, and you can see the weeping and the colour discoloration down here. We'll check the other side, see what's going on. This is an old either broken branch or a pruning wound. You can see the callousing starting up. That's wall 4. It's starting to seal over, but it's epied out a little bit, and it's not bad, it just hasn't quite sealed over yet. We'll go on the other side and have a look at the other side of this crack. So this side looks pretty good. Seems to have managed to seal itself up quite well on this side. So in here somewhere it will be solid wood around it, most likely, and inside the crack will start somewhere. Maybe, at a guess, it could be anywhere. It could be anywhere from there to there. And then this is the crack. I'll make a guess by looking at it and say that this crack will probably go all the way into about 2/3. We'll see when we chop it up and have a look at it.
Yeah, so you can see the cracks here. It goes from pretty much all the way through. This isn't the exact spot that I was looking at, but you can tell that the tree was very, very, very cracked in the middle there, and you don't want that next to your house.
I'll put a rigging point below it, which will be out here, this side. This will be right. So that should be right. I might remove this one. Alright, can you chuck that orange rigging rope on my rope, please? Alright, so I'm trying to swing around this way. So I'm just gonna triangulate my flip line around this branch, and it will just help me hold me a little bit better, like this. Alright, so now I can work on these. Got a lot of protection for the fence here. Probably cut a bit too close to my high point here, so just tangle it up a little bit. That's a little bit, puts my mind at ease a bit more. Nice and secure now. This rope runner, it's so jerky. I'm going to bomb that down, bomb that down. I'm going to put that in the backyard, wait for them to move that. I'm going to put that down, put that down, put that down, drop, 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 drop. I might rig these ones off bit by bit, get down to that point, this one here, and I'll just cradle rig all of these off. Once the trampoline's out of the way, I should be able to drop that one out there. So everything out here I'll have to cradle rig off, and the rest we should be able to drop. So I'll go and get this one first, and then I'll move up here. Plus I got this stuff caught up, I got to fix it. Alright, so always chopping off a big branch. I can just drop this whole branch here from back there. However, I want these two guys on the ground to have a bit of an easy day, or easier day than usual, because they do a lot of the hard work, whereas I'm just up here playing around. They're doing the drag all the way out past that house, all the way out there to the road, to that. So if I just bomb this down, they got to go get the chainsaw, start it up, chop it up, and drag it out. Or I could take 5 steps out here and chop, 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 take a bit of extra time. So all they have to do is just grab it and drag it. So it just makes everyone's life a bit easier. Sometimes it's better to go and cut big bits off, and sometimes it's not. Good? Yeah. You're yours, mate. So what I've done here, I've mucked up my scarf. I'll fix that up before I talk about it. Alright, so I've got 2 points of attachment. I've got this long branch, lateral branch, that's hanging out over the corner of a house, and I want to move that tip away from the house. I don't want to have to climb all the way out, chop bit by bit off, and do it very carefully. I don't have to rig it off. There's a good drop zone here, so rather than have it drop straight down on the house and hit that light that is already broken, mind you, I want it to move out a bit and then drop. So what I've done is I've done an angled scarf. So this here is not pointing straight down, so it won't angle straight down. It's not pointing straight out because it would snap off. It's just on a 45-degree angle down, like this, because the weight of the branch will let it hinge a bit before it snaps off. I want to leave more holding wood or tension wood on this side, and on the other side down under here where it's under compression, I only want a very small bit. If I cut through the other side, it'll jam my bar. So I'd be very careful to leave a bit on the other side and leave more on this side and let it hinge before it drops. So we'll see how this goes. It's a bit risky, but it's not going to, even if it did drop straight down, this is calculated risk. I honestly don't think dropping straight down will damage anything anyway. So this is where you can take calculated risks, where you know even if it fails, not much is going to happen. So you can see it started to move, so I did cut more of it. I could have pinched the bar there, but it was already moving at that stage. I just wanted to make sure I kept enough hinge wood on this side. I always like to carry one of these for emergencies. You can use it for redirects. You can use it for anything, really. So always carry an English Prusik loop with you just in case. So right now I'm going to use it for a redirect because I am a long way out and I'm going to be working on this side of the tree. So now I can far more comfortably work, probably could have gone a bit higher, on this stuff all out here. Even that I can just drop out, but my high point's over there, rigging point's over there. I've got a redirect here. It's a pretty nice climb, it's pretty easy. We've got a whole bunch of tarps down there because it's covered in a bunch of dogs of this giant German Shepherd, so they're not small and Quentin's got an aversion to dog. So we've got all these down there, which makes it a lot cleaner and easier. Nice cheap tarps from the hardware store. Alright, lower it down.
I'll be honest, I probably made this tree a little bit more complicated than it needed to be. I probably could have just gone up and cut and thrown and used a bit of manual labour and just thrown them, really. But I just overthought, really. I overthought, and I thought it needed to be rigged and it needed to be cradle rigged. But as some experienced people probably watch and go, yeah, you probably could have just cut and chucked it. But it was a bit of fun. So I kept climbing around and thought I'd be fancy and put a camera on a branch, which looks kind of naff.
What?
One-handed cutting, near your other hand. I taught you better, man.
I've got chainsaw-proof gloves on.
Oh yeah.
You can't see him from up here, but what's going on?
Whee! That was a bit close for comfort. So I didn't bother spider legging it. I'm just going to balance it. Just change the plan a bit up here, just by the way things were working. And it is cradle rigged. We could possibly bring it straight down, but it means we can just do slightly bigger bits with this, and I reckon the balance there will be alright. That the tips, when they go down and brush it, they won't brush it too hard. It should swing out. Anything you drop out of the tree, it's a 6-pack. All right, so you guys got that real tight, yeah? Tight as you can get it?
Yep.
All right. Old-fashioned kick. Got an Australian kookaburra over there. It's a part of the kingfisher family. They are a beautiful bird. The tree worker's best friend. They'll come in on your work site and they'll land all amongst you, amongst the chainsaws going. They're not afraid of us because they know we don't hurt them. And they'll clean up all the huntsmans on the ground. The huntsmans are like a, well, they can get the size of your hand over here. They're generally around about that big though, if it's on my face. They do crawl up your body and get on your shoulder and try and get on your face. They'll get under your helmet. They're in all the trees, they're everywhere, so they'll come in and just clean up. They'll land on a branch right next to you when you're climbing. They'll come and land on a branch like this and they'll just look at you and they'll look at the branch, look at you, and they'll go, come on, there's a grub in here, and you'll chop it, it'll drop to the ground and they'll follow it down and pull witchetty grubs out of it. I've seen one with a rat the other day. Had a rat ripping it apart. I saw one with a huntsman, a big huntsman. Went down, grabbed it, and the huntsman's leg just wrapped around the kookaburra's head and it just flew off and shook it off and ate it. So they are one of the most beautiful birds we have in Australia. Kookaburra, see, look at him. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and point at it with the camera. Right there. So he's looking at these boys down here, waiting for them to chop up some wood so I can go down and get them. So he's eyeing them right off. Waiting for the grubs. Oh yeah, oh, the Linda Bakery?
Yeah.
That's a good bakery.
They picked up some pies, they went to a park, and before Mum could take her second bite, kookaburra came and took the whole pie. Right from my hands. Yeah.
Oh, those cheeky buggers. Yeah. You gotta love them though. They're known for it around the campsites. I'll take steaks off the barbie.
Oh, they will?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they know the camping areas. They know where to get it. They're cheeky buggers. That's why I like them, I think.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is going to end up being the Twitch bird watching channel.
We had Maggie's at that other job.
Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to start blocking down. I'm not going to rig anything. I can drop it all straight down. So I just got to be careful. I must have 2 points of attachment. This is where it's particularly important, because if you go through and I'm cutting wood here and I find out that this flip line at the back is going up and over something and it looks like it's not, I could cut through it, in which case I got my secondary line here. So you always keep them at least about a foot apart. Sometimes people will just dangle that one down by their feet just to keep it right out of the way. But as long as they're about a foot apart, if you put them together you can cut through both of them. So it's easier just to do this on the flip line because I've got side attachments here. Alright, so also this is what my system is just for blocking down. Pretty simple, just tie a running bow line with the Yosemite tie off and I can loosen it off and drop it down. If I'm doing any really large limbs, I'll just leave a really long tail on it so I can drop down to the next point and then just pull it down to me. But right now I don't need to, it's such a small tree. I'm just going to walk down it, but really that's the simplest way. If you are on double rope, I would suggest getting a single rope setup so you can do this. If you're using this double rope, you're going to need a snake anchor or a device of some sort. I've got a extendable friction saver, but it's an SRT job, so get an SRT set up for doing negative rigging or taking barrels down. It's just the smarter choice for rescues, emergencies or anything. This is the way to do it. This is the witchetty grubs at the... This is only a little baby one. We call it a witchetty grub. Kookaburra's gone, but that's what they'll be after. We call them witchetty grubs, people call them wood grubs. I don't really know what they're called. What else have we got around here? Okay, got a centipede. Oh, where are you? Get out. Another little bitey thing called a centipede. They really hurt. What's happened? Something's broken in there. You can see all that. Oh, wow. It's all metal filings with oil, so take this off. Sprocket seems alright. That spins alright. What's with all that metal then? Not sure. Oh, it's blunt as shit.
Is it?
Oh, you've knocked teeth off.
Well, there's something in there.
You've knocked teeth off. Yeah, there's something in there. It's changed. Wow, you've knocked a heap of teeth off. Not you, I mean, it's just using it, they've knocked off. There's something in there. Jesus. There'll be one bloody nail too. All right, that's 2 saws down.
2 saws down.
Let's see what else we got. We got spare chains.
Yeah, we've got spare